Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to RimWorld Alpha 13. We are recovering from some fighting in the snow where the brave Boomelope 1 charged into the siegers and blew himself up. Or rather got killed and then set some siegers on fire. We're still dealing with the aftermath. Got a bunch of corpses to haul in. We got a siege base to disassemble. Even got a mortar here that we can't reinstall it. Maybe in future versions that's possible. Haven't particularly tried it in Alpha 16. Oh, and we got access to cryosleep caskets now. So next up is going to be from just top to bottom. Ship antimatter reactor. Or should we go for mortars and allow our own mortars to be built? No, let's stay focused on the mission at hand. Ship antimatter reactors. So if we have a look at the in the architect, what ship parts do we have? We got structural beams and we got cryosleep or cryptosleep caskets. We need 150 plasteel per structural beam, and these beams are rather large. And the caskets, they're small pods that one person can fit into. And if we have a look, currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 8 people. So we will need 8 cryptosleep caskets times 500 steel. That's 4,000 steel. And also 32 components. If we... Let's just do a little bit of architecting just to think what we would need. Oh. So we would then build structural beam. The beam seems to be... Yeah, on both sides we can have 2. So we would need 2 of the beams. That's another 400 steel, 300 plasteel, and 4 components. And then of course we would still need an antimatter reactor and some form of propulsion and presumably a computer core to actually make the ship steer itself. So we are a long way from where we need to be. And also in terms of steel, we only have 1400 and we need over at least 4,000 just for the caskets. Make it 5,000 or 6,000 with all the other bits, because I have no idea yet how expensive the reactors are going to be, but I doubt they'll be cheap. So smelting slag into steel is going to be a hobby of at least some of our colonists. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, we should expand the size of this storage a little bit. We're not obstructing this in any way, shape or form. No. Nice. Good. I mean, as long as this is not in the way, we just have more space to store all the things. Just view it more as being efficient with our storage space. I mean, it's not like we have a lot of pet animals left that would need all of this space. Maybe we should just deconstruct a couple of the nests. And then we can just claim a bit more space. Well, maybe keep this clear because it's a bit of a pathway in between here. Something I noticed is we connected the power switch over here for the greenhouse power supply with the rest of the base. And I think we could turn this one off. Then this is just gonna get its own cycle again, rather than just continuing to grow throughout day and night. Yeah, but we are harvesting some organics, which is needed because, well, we are running a bit low on the stuff. But we are still making enough meals to go by. See, we already had a chat with all the traders. Oh wait, Lair of the Forest. Ah, this is a new group. Ah. So, Brendan, what are you doing? You're using the telescope. Once you stop doing that, you're gonna have a chat here with Crow. trade with crew. Let's see, they don't really carry a lot of money, but that's okay. They got some herbal meds, sure, but won't we buy it? The rice we will definitely buy. And there's not a lot of stuff to sell, so we get a little bit of extra food, which is gonna be useful for us. Okay, Nemesis is cleaning. Yeah, we raised a couple of people to give them higher cleaning duties. I think we can undo that again. Make them focus on hauling, because there's a lot of stuff that's left to be hauled. So that way we'll get things in place sooner. Also, most notably, the food. It really does need to get to a fridge soonish, otherwise it will spoil. Oh, berries last a while. Taters last even longer. So this bunch of people are leaving. And apparently this is our new trade hub. Okay, cool. Book goods trader. And they're passing by in their ship. So in the morning we're gonna have a bit of a chat with them. Have to remember, have a chat with Brandon. And finally the battery here is depleted, but we got a little bit of wind power, so this keeps flipping up and down. So our main batteries here run dry. And the batteries here are slowly draining as well. What is it that's connected? Because I think the guns down here are off. Guns up here are also off by virtue of this switch. And this is a net power drain, not a power storage. Now we do have quite some machines, including a smelter that we're not using and things like that. Of course it's middle of winter, so the heaters are blasting at full temperature. Though not even all of them are. So we might have to expand our power supply a little bit. It's gonna be interesting. Do we have the space for that? It's definitely gonna be a quality of life improvement. Okay, there's a dumping stockpile here. We could put a solar cell. That's gonna get us, oh, what is it, 1600 during the day, 1800 during the day. Let's see if we stabilize. That's maybe a better way to look at it. I think we should be fine during the day. We are pushing ourselves to the limit. So currently we are generating enough power. Basically a single solar cell is excess. And the wind turbine is a bonus on top of everything else. But if there's not a lot of wind for a while, we are gonna drain our batteries. So yeah, let's start operation. Let's build another solar cell. Which requires us to get rid of this. Let's see. One to the side, like that. We do 2 of them, then at least we have quite an excess. And we still have space to walk. Yeah. Let's do that, then at least we're gonna be good. Let's get rid of these power cables that we're not using. So this way there is gonna be plenty of power and we need another space for our dumping stockpile. And oh no, there is a mad animal. A local boom rat has gone mad. How cute. Let's monitor it before it does crazy things. Okay, David, I'm gonna make you take a... Oh, actually, I was gonna say tactical withdrawal. You don't want to be near a boom rat when it explodes, right? Oh, come on. Gotta get caught up by a boom rat? Are you kidding me? Also, yeah, we're definitely not doing well in the power department. So for now, our heavy power usage things are just gonna get suspended. So at least we can keep our lights on and most importantly our heaters and doors on. And we're gonna see afterwards how to do with that. I think we're just gonna make David retreat back indoors. Then the boom rat's gonna either explode or get shot. Oh, wow, you really are a lousy shot. Okay, Verandox, you just stand ready. Brandon, you can help as well. Like that. Okay. Well, there's that. That was a really tough boom rat. Luckily it was okay, and you even carried around some kibble. And look, more meat for the menu. So we're building extra power generators, we're flipping some switches. Should all be fine. You haven't been... you're fine. This is just a flesh wound. You're gonna live. Okay. So with more power getting generated, our batteries are finally filling up again. Everything is doing well. We're really plussing here. So let's re-enable the power hungry devices. We can get rid of them. Let's see, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get sorted, and this is a legendary sarcophagus, and because now someone is in it, it actually has an art description. Depressed oppression. The sarcophagus bears a representation of Wemmel Lair gamboling in bed with Chico Brandon Penzic Gull between the sheets. Wemmel is stylistically bonded with Brandon Penzic. The image seems to express togetherness. A dead dragonfly waits behind the focal point. This image tells the story of Wemmel and Brandon becoming lovers. Ah, how cute. It always does make you wonder if someone just casually mastercrafts a sarcophagus and it depicts effectively what seems to be a intimate sex scene. It does make you wonder what goes on in the mind of those people. Or if there are just secretly peepholes all over the place. One doesn't know. What happens on the RimWorld stays on the RimWorld. And now that I see it, the bulk goods trader has left comms range. That reminds me, we needed to have a chat with the bulk goods trader. So, yeah, there goes that plan. Oh, let's have a look. How far are we with cleaning this up? We, of course, are getting a lot of steel from deconstructing the siege base. So that's good. That's gonna increase our stockpile. We did allocate more space for storage of those things, so that's good as well. And we were still looking for another dumping stockpile. So for now, let's use the back here as a dumping stockpile. Similar to these below here. Copy, paste, because then at least there's not going to be corpses in there. Yeah, I don't like it when there's corpses in the dumping stockpile. And then of course we need to haul some things around. So we can increase speed again and just have people sort through things. Then harvest is done. That's good as well. Getting some more food in. We are out of hay. It's all been turned into kibble, as was the goal. We still have some insect meat left, so whenever we harvest more hay, we can turn that into kibble. But I think we should have enough kibble for Naomi here to just eat for years to come. Should be relatively good. Okay, we are once again just running low on power. So we're just gonna turn down some drains. We don't want it to get too cold inside, even though it is 0 degrees outside rather than freezing. Also, this cougar here is at some point gonna cause issues, I suspect. Okay, I do see dirt in places, so maybe we should get one person to just get back to cleaning duty. I think for Nemesis we're just gonna lower the priority of hauling, so whenever you would be hauling, now you're actually gonna be cleaning. And then all the other things we're just gonna lower further in priority. So you're gonna clean, then you're gonna haul, and then you're gonna do all the other things. Should be fine. What are you doing, Artinius? You're sewing. Okay. This is all just really low quality stuff. It's gonna disappear. And this has mostly been hauled as well. For a rifle, but 97% quality. Plasteel Gladius. There is some decent stuff in here. Alright, so the plan for getting lots of metal. Obviously plundering that raider camp is gonna be useful. Mining is gonna be useful. Hey, I see we have managed to mine out most of this. We're just jumping from topic to topic, of course. But it does mean that this is gonna be a room. Wait, we need a vent next to the door, of course. So add a wooden door. Because no, gonna save as much metal as we can, and then we add a vent here. Do we want to add a vent here? This corridor is not nice or shiny or fancy in any way, shape or form. At least not yet. So would it be better to just connect to the corridor over here? Maybe we should actually remove this and then replace that with a vent as well. We are gonna leak so much temperature this way. That's not gonna be good. So for now, we're gonna not put a vent in here. It's just gonna be a slate wall. And then we add a vent in here. So at least this room is gonna stay on temperature compared to the rest of the base. And would it be useful to temporarily put a door in here? Or no, but just mine slightly ahead. Let's mine up to here, then we can put a door in there, keep the wall that we've already built. And then things should be fine. To prevent our diggers from, or builders from locking themselves in, we're gonna leave this one open. They might do silly things, which of course we don't want. Just haul some of the rocks out. And then once the room has been built, we'll put a floor in there. And we have another bedroom for someone. Because things are getting rather tight. Also, we are out of prisoners, so we might as well turn off the light in our prison. So how is power? It should be rather abysmal during the night, but we want to get to a place where we're storing more power during the day. And then we can use it during the night. So we do need to just get our balance better. Also, there's stuff on top of our solar cell. I don't think I like that very much. So this is just gonna get rearranged. Good, good, good. Hey. Batteries are filling up. We have some more folks doing hauling. Because of course of all the work over there, which is rather close, people are not going very far to haul stuff, even though they have been unrestricted. That's interesting. Solar generator broke down. Oh, that's for the greenhouse. That's okay. It will get fixed. Oh, those small breakdowns, they are a constant drain on your component supply. But of course we are pretty well stocked because we have been buying at every opportunity we have gotten. We should be relatively good. Also, we still haven't set up a defensive gun emplacement over there. So maybe we should start planning that one as well. So what we could do is say we just extend the wall. Just a double wall as usual. See, we would probably want to get at least 2 guns. And this should be something that we can't really get attacked from the side. So maybe do something like this. Get a double-lined walls on all sides, or yeah, I don't think we could do a double-lined wall, and then we can just run power through it. And on the inside, put a turret in 2 places. Maybe even do it like that, with a single wall in between. So if one of them explodes, then the blast is gonna hit the wall, but it's not gonna hit the other turret. And they should still have enough line of sight to at least cover everything over here. And because it's so deep in, it's really hard to hit the turrets from the sides. So of course we're gonna deconstruct the walls over here as well. Should have done that earlier. Could just mine some things and then put a little wall in here to just make it smooth. On the other hand, why? We don't need to dig it out on this side, of course. All we need to do is just dig it out here. We want to line power through the back walls, so we do want to dig that out. And then for now, I think we should do it like that. Keep it a little bit in here. Oh wait, it's closed, so that's okay. It's just going to be a little bit of a weak point, since I only need to dig through this little bit of sandstone in order to get into the base. But well, risks have to be taken at some point. And go back to our power conundrum. Currently we are generating a boatload of power. Yeah, so it's 1700 per cell, so we get 6 times that. And then of course, solar flare. Well, yeah, so the power is not being stored, it's completely getting wasted. That's a pity. That is a pity. Well, it does mean that we can't really cool our fridge, things like that. So if there's stuff that was close to spoiling, it might spoil. On the other hand, if the solar flare passes by rather quickly, that's okay as well. But we will just have more time to do actual work rather than use machines. So even our cook is going to be hauling, it's going to be cleaning. People are going to be constructing, deconstructing, mining. So a solar flare every once in a while is really not that bad of a thing, because it just gets more people doing other stuff. And see, there it is. It's already gone. Already done. It's already deconstructed and also taken away. People are getting rather zealous about cleaning up, but we still have a lot of materials just strewn about. And putting in a single slate wall. Good, good. Yeah, let's just dig this out. And then of course you're gonna someone's gonna hold that. Ah yes, replanting trees. Still have a decent amount of wood. If we're gonna be replanting trees this season, we might as well just add a couple more groves. Because trees are rather useful. So let's just add another, let's do a 12 by 12 grove over here. And we are gonna grow, well, we are really early here, so we can actually just put oak down. Oak takes a while to grow, 30 days, that's 2 full seasons. So if we're starting to plant it here at the final days of winter, then at the final days of summer, it should be done. And we should actually have oak trees that we can harvest. It should be pretty good. These poplar trees they actually managed to survive most of winter, which is pretty cool. So that's just gonna be that. Should be good. Got a bit of a stroboscope effect going on here because of the little trickle of power of the wind turbine feeding this. And our batteries are... we really are draining a lot of power during the night. And of course during the day we did not manage to build up yet another more power. So tomorrow should be better. If you don't get a solar flare, we actually get a full day's use out of all of our solar cells. And our batteries should charge quite a bit. If you look at it now, we have beacons that actually use power now. They never actually show how much they use. It's only if they actually have access to their power that you see how much they would use. Oh, there. 40 watts. So 40 watts times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 440 watts in beacons. Of course we got the crematorium. We have the smelter that we would like to run. That's 1500. Bench 250. This is another 200. So that takes it to 2000. 350 here. 200 here. 350. This one is powered. This one is powered. That's 4000. And of course there's a couple of lights. That are, now they need 150 watts. Those are really inefficient old school light bulbs. They're not modern day LED or anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 650. So yeah, it's all the little bits, the niceties that you keep adding to the base. They stack up and over time it becomes a rather large power draw. I'm actually tempted to put the fuel generators back on. So that even during the night we have a consistent power supply on top of the wind turbines, which are not all that reliable. So both of these are connected to our main power supply, and this is the only one connected to the greenhouse. Oh, we do have space over there, so let's see. Of course, if we want to get power there, we need to route power there. So this is going to be yet another defensive toggle that we have to flip. We are getting quite a bunch of them. We got the main toggle over there, we got a toggle over there, we got a toggle over there. Now up here is going to be another one. Though we only flip it if we're going to attack from the top. So what we could do is just extend this one and then get a second connector in here, so we can toggle the top from either the left or the right side. I like that idea. Also means that we have a second source of power, but if the walls get breached, of course, then that fails. But we do want to make sure that we don't actually connect with the power circuits over here. So what we can do is double line it whenever we are not touching the growing zone. Then we can line some power here and there. We're gonna double line it, so if we lose one line of wall, we still have something behind it. And we can put in slate walls over there. Then at least I get a better feeling about this, because at least we have some walls we can control ourselves in there. But this is going to be quite a project. But then at least our top walls are going to be slightly more defended. And if they're going to charge in with grenades, at least we can shoot them and hopefully prevent another wall breach. So if they're going to stand over there and just shoot rockets at the walls, yeah, we can't do much against that. Though, can we? What we could do, of course, is build a wall and set up some traps and things, and then in the end, let them walk past the machine gun emplacements if they want to see our actual wall. So if they want to blast through the outer walls, of course, they're going to use up their missile launchers and we are going to be good. So that is another way of dealing with it. Pigskin. Okay. Last episode we got a human leather, now we got pigskin. As if we're not already drowning in leathers and cloth. Okay. It is night and we have quite some power in store. Gonna turn this one off. This is the emergency supply for our guns. We do want to preserve that. This is now locked away, that's good. If something were to happen, at least we have some power, even if this drains during the night. So that's good. Hey, look at that. Most things have been cleared. There's just a bit of steel remaining. There's probably going to be two trips up and down to get all the steel out. Gonna get the slag out as well. There's also a bunch of compacted steel here that we can still mine. Oh, and we have made some progress over here. So we can put up a wall here, we can put up a wall there. We can put a door in. Yes, it's gonna be asymmetrical because here it's in the middle, here it's a bit more to the side, but for now, that's just how it's gonna be. Can put in a slate wall so we're no longer leaking too much heat out, which is also gonna be good. Let's see, with this being all stone, we could make this into smooth stone rather than wood. I believe a smooth stone is actually valued a bit higher as a wooden floor. So let's make this a fancy room. Of course, we need to put a nice wooden bed in there. Like that, and would be complete without a flower pot. Small breakdown again of a trade beacon. Nothing to worry about. The trombos that were grazing here an episode or two ago, they just quietly left. But that's too bad. Might have happened during the siege. Because I think I saw them before and after. I didn't. Or no, not the siege, but the wall breakthrough from the north. Let's see, is the power in place already? Yes, it is. Good. That means we can add. Well, hey, look at that. Compacted steel. We have a reason to mine more of this. How are we now in terms of storage? This is completely filled. We need more dumping stockpiles. Okay, we can do that. We can add another dumping stockpile in front. That's gonna be a horror to just move things to. So let's instead set up a dumping stockpile over there. I believe we still have the settings from the other one copied, so yeah, indeed pasting it just works. This is gonna be low priority because it's far away. We don't really want to move things there, but if we have accesses, might as well put them in front of our bunker there. So I think currently insects are going to be the hardest to deal with. Once we got our guns in here, dealing with attackers from the north is going to be slightly less difficult. I'm not going to say easy, it's never easy to deal with attackers. But we do manage to take a bit of the sting out of it, and this was just a really glaring open spot, and of course it got exploited a couple of times until you patch it up, and then they'll find another place to exploit. For example, I'm still amazed they haven't tried to just punch through into the greenhouse, for example, rather than going through the maze over here. The heater broke down, that's okay, we have enough of those, we can sustain it for a while. So what is everybody doing exactly? Mining, researching, hauling. Okay, so the leather and stuff, they're just tidying up, carrying the last bits. 75? Wait, this is not... Oh wow, this is a large stockpile. I figured this was from sandbags, but there's actually just 3 full piles. Or 2 full piles plus that one. That's over 200 steel. That's good, we need a lot of it. Once we have researched all the ship parts that we need, and once we got all the materials that we need, we would probably want to set up maybe even this space, just wall it off, make sure there is a way to get around it, and then build our ship inside of the enclosed space. Or maybe turn this into the place for our ship, would also be a possibility. But we definitely want to reserve a space that is walled and defended, where we can build our ship and then get off of this rock. But we are getting closer and closer. Happy with that. But I was hoping for a raid of some sorts to just top off the episode. But so far no raid. Come on, raiders. I know you can do it. Oh wow, this is still from a previous attack. Also, there is still a lot of slag here. Once we seriously start smelting slag, we will be able to just carry in a lot more of the stuff. Should be good. So, our power here is getting topped up, which is good. That means we can just turn off our wood burning generators. Save our wood for something else, because there's no point in flooding your batteries with power you get from burning wood when the batteries are full. Also, it's daytime. Let's open up the power switch here and just top up these batteries. And we have struck compacted steel over there, of course. So wholesome things. And yeah, we're just gonna make them dig things out. And in honor of striking steel, let's hollow out a bit more. Battery broke down. That's oh, it's the greenhouse battery. That's a waste. But it's gonna get fixed soon enough. Should be fine. Harvesting in the greenhouse has definitely helped our veggie supplies now up to 800. So we're finally making proper meals again and feeding ourselves. So I think turning on the greenhouse when we did, we really scared it close to running out of veggies, but we were just in time. So we currently have a full fridge with meat. We have one with veggies, meals and corpses mixed. So maybe we should actually get a dedicated section for meat, a dedicated section for veggies, just so we can ensure that we always have enough stuff to make the proper meals. And Enzo's gotten sick with fibrous mechanites. That's almost like sounds like something that could be a breakfast cereal. Bit crunchy, but mild pain and untreated effects, manipulation, moving, blood pumping. So indeed, this is a boost. Better at moving, manipulating and blood pumping, but consciousness slightly weakened and in a medium amount of pain, but this is not a bad thing. That's the interesting bit. These mechanites make Enzo truly almost like a bionic person without actually being a bionic. But you're gonna be really, really productive, which is good. Let's have a look here. Ooh, there's even more steel. So let's just mark that, wholesome things. And once we dig out all the steel, we can of course just close things off with walls. Or just leave it as a larger cavernous area. We'll have to see. Well, I do see we have more space now for power, so we might as well extend that for a little bit. And in the back we can add more slate walls. And once this is in, all the power is in, we can of course extend the front wall as well. But at least our wall is still in a good state. It's no longer a security weakness. This is now a place where we can actually start to set up our guns and improve our base. But, yeah, I was hoping for something exciting to happen. Unfortunately, this was just an episode where we continue to improve things. Oh, we did get a rather nice room out of this. Because of the floor, beauty 3, if you compare it with wood, which is just neutral. Also, people really don't like power lines on the floor. I should move more of those into the walls. Oh, well, we'll see. We got a beautiful room, so we can take the person who is the least happy with their lot in life right now. Probably Darknessia, who is still feeling bad because their friend died, though no longer with more modifiers. So we could say, Darknessia, you get yourself a new room. Like that. And that should give you even more happy thoughts. This is also it's a superior bed, which is down from excellent, I believe. Yeah, it's less comfortable. We should do a swapperoo there. Reinstall this bed over there. Are you happy with your room? I don't think so. Not quite. Yeah, that's the... In Alpha 13, people still didn't get an intrinsic benefit based on how good or bad their room was. It's only if they're meditating or doing similar activities in their room, then they would actually... Why is the bed gone, but not reinstalled? Who stole the bed? Okay, curious. Chip computer core. Ah, now the bed is here. Good, good. Then we can reinstall this one over there and reassign this one to Darknessia. Good. Alright. So improved. But Alpha 13, of course, people derive comfort from the quality of the bed they sleep in, but if you make their room really shiny, really fancy, they don't get an intrinsic form of pride. Unless they are ascetic or jealous, those are the only two types that care about it. Alpha 16, I know that the quality of the room, the spaciousness, the impressiveness, all those things together, they factor into a score that gets assigned to the room, and if their room is really nice, people get a mood bonus from that. But of course here we can't do that. So that's too bad, really. But for now, that is how it's gonna be. So I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope next episode will get raided, and hopefully we won't lose too many people. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.